Right now at noon, a Portland man who stabbed and strangled his former partner to death while out on bail will spend the rest of his life in prison. My prosecutors say he never should have been out of custody. Plus, dangers on the streets as the risk of drunk drivers increases this New Year's Eve, how you can avoid putting yourself or others at risk after tonight's celebrations. And speaking of celebrations, from a high-tech light show in the sky to a risk of falling cherries, we're taking a look at some of your options to ring in the new year. Plus, the Oregon Ducks are on the hunt for a victory in their first ever Orange Bowl. We're on the road in Miami where the coaches give us an inside look at the players' final preparations. Thank you for joining us for KGW News at noon. I'm Thomas Schultz. Our top story this afternoon, the man who killed his former partner, a Portland mother of 6, will spend the rest of his life in prison. 36-year-old Rachel Abraham was stabbed and strangled to death in 2022 in her townhouse while her children were in the home. Muhammad Adan was already facing domestic violence charges for suspicion of strangling and beating Abraham, but was released when a community advocacy program, Portland Freedom Fund, paid the required 10% of bail, $2,000, to have Adan released. Adan was sentenced to life in prison Tuesday. This morning, prosecutors spoke about the case's emotional resolution.
This never should have happened. Muhammad Adan should not have been out of custody. He should not have had the opportunity to hurt, to terrorize, to frighten, to intimidate, or to brutally murder Rachel Abraham.
Abraham's death sparked a massive community outcry pushing for an overhaul of the state's bail system. The Portland Freedom Fund folded just a few months later. And if you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, one place to start is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. That's 800-799-7233. You can also text the word START to 88788. Well, new at noon, Portland police have arrested a man accused of stabbing 2 people on Christmas Eve. 54-year-old Richard Stewart is now facing 2 counts of attempted murder, along with assault and weapons charges. Police say Stewart first stabbed a 20-year-old in the neck near the Hollywood Fred Meyer, then stabbed a 67-year-old man in the neck and head less than a mile away. The cases are still under investigation. Anyone with information about these cases who hasn't talked to law enforcement is asked to call police. It was a traumatic day for one family who witnessed the remains of their son being removed from a Portland cemetery plot after the cemetery accidentally sold the same piece of land twice. A warning, part of this video does show the removal of the remains, and it may be jarring for some viewers. After 20-year-old Tiber Harrison was killed in Florida in 2016, his mother Paula bought a plot at Skyline Memorial Gardens. The cemetery later discovered the plot had already been sold to the Reeser family, who refused to give it up. The cemetery filed a lawsuit which they eventually won to force the removal of the remains. We spoke with Paula's husband after Harrison's remains were taken out.
I would describe it as the third time she had to bury her son, to experience that just brutal pain. And it was done so in a way that, underlined a level of cruelty and inhumanity. I think there's a great deal of anger. I think that, bigger picture, this company should not be able to perform business this way.
Skyline's parent company, Dignity Memorial, declined to comment. Harrison's family says they're considering an appeal. The U.S. Coast Guard says a jet ski rider has died on the coast near Gearhart. Authorities say a chopper crew from Air Station Astoria was training in the area around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon when they spotted the overturned jet ski, triggering the search. Police later found the rider's body on the beach. Officials haven't released the person's identity or provided any information yet about how they died. The Tigard Police Department arrested more than 20 people over the holidays for retail theft. 14 of those arrested are adults. Police say 7 juveniles were also charged. About $4,000 worth of merchandise was recovered, and police say a sizable quantity of fentanyl was taken off the streets. The holiday season retail theft missions took place on Black Friday and December 18th at multiple Tigard stores. Legacy Health and striking workers, including nurse practitioners and physician associates, have reached a second tentative agreement. The new deal addresses pay and creates a committee for workplace issues. About 135 advanced practice providers rejected the first deal after striking in early December. The union says the strike will end before the contract vote. We've reached out to Legacy Health for comment and are waiting to hear back. Well, now to what appears to be a decrease in the number of homicides in Portland this year. According to Portland Police, they're down 27% compared with last year. Police say that's the lowest number they've seen since 2020, and they're crediting the drop to their collaboration with community groups. We spoke with the director of Love is Stronger, a nonprofit that works to reduce gun violence and gang violence. He says the numbers are dropping because there's more of a team effort between the city, Portland Police, and community outreach teams.
Been with the Office of Violence Prevention for quite some time, and this is the first time I've seen the level of collaboration intentionally coming from the city.
A spokesperson for the city of Portland said in a statement that as of November, fatal and injury shootings are down 34% over the last 12 months. Portland police also say traffic deaths have dropped by nearly a third this year compared to last year. According to Portland Police's most recent data, there have been 45 traffic deaths in the city this year. That's compared to 67 at the end of 2024. It also marks the lowest number of traffic deaths since 2018, when police recorded 37. Let's get a check on the weather now. And Chris, it's been dry out there the past few days.
Yeah, just a gorgeous stretch of weather, right? Despite the chilly starts, it is beautiful out there this afternoon. We've got some high, thin overcast scooting in over the Rose City. The live look from our Wells Fargo sky camera. After the cold start, PDX started the morning off at 31. We're now at 43. Meanwhile, up in Vancouver, at Pearson Airfield, it was 26 this morning. There you can see bright sunshine on that side of the river as well, where we've warmed to 43. And at last check, after a frosty start at our state capital, it is sunny and quite lovely here at the noon hour. 41 last check in Salem. All right, check out the visible satellite imagery, kind of backing up what you can see from those sky cams. We do have some high, thin overcast across northwest Oregon and southwest Washington this afternoon, and that will be with us for the rest of the day, but fairly inconsequential. It's just a good-looking finish to our 2025. Our New Year's Eve day does finish with increasing clouds, temperatures getting up to about 48 and then dialing it back a little bit as we go towards evening. All right, if you're headed out on the town this evening, this is the temperature forecast. Very consistent. It's not going very far, basically hovering in the upper 30s to about 40 degrees with an increase in the high cloud cover. It will be dry tonight. It will be dry overnight and into the wee hours of tomorrow, but we do have rain in the forecast on New Year's Day. There's also the possibility for some freezing rain east of the Cascades. We'll break down all of that coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Chris. Oh yeah, we are just hours away from New Year's Eve celebrations getting underway, and Peabody and TriMet want to ensure people are staying safe on the roads tonight. You can visit Peabod's website right now to download a coupon for $10 off a Lyft or Uber ride tonight in the city. The discount is only valid from 7 p.m. tonight until 4 a.m. in the morning. Here's the thing though, your ride must start in the city of Portland, and these are limited coupons, so you don't want to wait around. Make sure to get yours now if you're interested. TriMet is also offering free rides on buses, MAX trains, and on Lyft Paratransit, which helps people with disabilities get around town. Those free rides will begin after 8 o'clock tonight. Now, some key lines for TriMet are also offering extended late-night services for people celebrating the new year.
We will have extra security out, in particular down at Pioneer Square, where we know we'll have big crowds in the downtown area. We'll also have it at our major transit centers, and of course, we'll have our regular security on board like we always do.
And this isn't just happening in Portland. Up in Vancouver, C-Tran is offering free rides tonight too. Those will begin at 6 o'clock. Tonight, the city of Portland is throwing a New Year's Eve party in Pioneer Courthouse Square, complete with a drone show. It's free with a dance party, which starts at 8 o'clock, then the first family-friendly drone show at 9, all leading up to the countdown to 2026. And for you folks in Salem, you can ring in the new year with Glow Oregon's fireworks shows at Roto-Rooter Park. Festivities down there start at 5 o'clock tonight with a family-friendly fireworks show at 9, followed by a larger fireworks spectacular, which will kick off at midnight. There will also be over 1 million holiday lights and displays, along with family-friendly activity and games. For details on all of that, head to oregon.glowgardens.com. And instead of ringing in the new year, how about heading down to downtown Milwaukee to Bing in the new year? Yeah, that's right. The event named after the Bing cherry was first cultivated in Milwaukee in 1875, 150 years ago, by a Chinese immigrant named Ah Bing. Tonight's event kicks off at 6 o'clock with live music. There will also be performances from the Oregon Chinese Coalition, as well as a lion dance, all leading to the lowering of that giant Bing cherry. For more details, head to binginthenewyar.com. And if you'd rather stay home this New Year's, you can ring in 2026 right here on KGW, right on your couch. We'll be featuring celebrations from across our region, all leading up to the big New Year's at the Needle Show in Seattle. That's happening tonight right after KGW News at 11 on TV and on our free TV streaming app, KGW+.